A few weeks ago, I went to a cosplay and arts flea market in Tallinn. This was one of the few really warm days we had this summer. We haven't had a massive heat wave like some of the places in Europe, so I wore my Stella cosplay for that day. The weather was perfect. And this is the flea market space. It was a pretty small space. This was a smaller event, but there were plenty of vendors and there was a good variety of vendors, from people who sold their own handcrafted arts and things you could wear, like these lolita accessories that you can see here, to people who sold their cosplay. One of the first things I sold was this icy wig, and the same sellers actually also sold a stormy cosplay that I didn't film but that they did have. We chatted quite a bit. And one of the other first things I sold was this Innocent World OP. Innocent World is a Japanese lolita brand, if you don't know, and I was very positively surprised by the fact that not only did they have this dress, but it was also for a good price. I think you could also see the Stormy cosplay there for a bit. They also had some other Japanese fashion items, but none that I was as interested in. Then they also had a whole section with cosplay, with various cosplay outfits on sale. And they also had different artists, you know, the sort of artists you would normally see at an artist alley, who sell prints and stickers and keychains and that kind of fan arty things. And they also had a regular flea market sellers who sell their things in a way you normally would at a flea market, just all sorts of acrylic figures and small figures and just fan merchandise that they don't need anymore. You know, the way that flea markets normally work. So they had a good selection of various artists and people who were selling their own stuff that they no longer needed. Like the name suggests, there was a cosplay flea market and there was also a flea market just selling fan merchandise. This event was hosted by Gossa Studio, an Estonian cosplay community organization, and I'm super happy that they hosted it, because despite the fact that this was a small event, we really do need more community events, big or small. Estonia has 2 anime conventions left. Yoitson just announced recently that they're not doing their autumn convention, so there's just one Yoitson in spring that's happening, and then there's Animegames, where I'm one of the organizers. So I have very few events to actually attend in my own country, and for that reason I am super grateful and happy that they're hosting even these kinds of smaller community events, and they have more plans for future events as well. I absolutely welcome smaller community events, of course bigger ones as well, but I think it was really fun that they had this kind of smaller event as well, because of course hosting big events is hard and takes a lot of manpower and time, and you can't always do that, but small events like that are also really fun and intimate and great, and I love it. I got to hang out with lots of people I had met previously and chat and hang out, and it was super fun. And I did decide to buy that Innocent World dress because it was just too good of a deal. I couldn't pass it up, so I did end up buying it, and as you can see in the future frames of the same stall, the dress is no longer there. I felt like they did pretty good with their sales. Someone else got this dress later as well, from Devil Inspired, and it is really cute. It's just not my personal style. So I had a fantastic time at this event. I hope that Gossa Studio continues to do these kinds of small events. They do have plans to do more events in the future, and I highly encourage it. And we even talked about doing stuff together with them in the future. There was also a little bar in the corner. All the drinks were non-alcoholic, but as I mentioned, it was a hot day and they were very refreshing and nice, and I think that's a cool idea to have. I had one of the drinks and it was great. I enjoyed it. But coming back to that Innocent World dress, I only paid 25 euros for it, and I'm super happy with it. I did not expect to find good quality Lolita fashion at a cosplay market, but I'm so happy that I did, and now I'm gonna show you the dress. Here's what I bought. I bought this Innocent World OP. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna try and find out online. It has these beautiful rose details, and on the bottom it's like black and has these little ruffle details, which is nice. And I'm gonna wear it as soon as possible. It's a little warm right now for it, but but I'm gonna wear it soon and show it to you guys as well. So I did take the opportunity just a few days later to wear this dress for a fun outing. Hi! So I'm wearing my new dress. My friend looked it up. It's the Renoit OP from 2011, obviously by Innocent World. It does originally come with a neck bow as well, which this version doesn't have. I'm guessing one of the previous owners must have lost it. But it fits me super well, super nicely. It has obviously in the upper bodice it has this nice collar area, and in the bottom it has some ruffles. And yeah, I think the fit is super nice. This does actually come in 3 different sizes, and I think that this is an M, but I'm not actually completely sure. So yeah, and it has corset lacing on the back. And then I've just corded it very casually because we are at the beach and I wanted to wear it right away. It reminds me a lot of the classical Mary Magdalene OPs, which I have always wanted, but which are very expensive and hard to find, to make sure that they're not replicas. And generally when you have them somewhere reputable like Closet Child, they're very expensive, and also they might not fit me because they're very small. But this gives a similar vibe and I absolutely love it. And it also reminds me of Nameless Poem a bit. I also wanted to show you the buttons on the wrist cuffs and the little lace on them as well, because the lace is different than the lace on the collar. I really like it. I like how like purely classic it is, but it could also be corded in a very gothic way, which I'm planning to do. If you have enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe, leave this video a like, and check out some of my other videos that are on the screen. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!